Hello friends, today we are going to see the unit number 1 of turbo machines. Turbo machines is the subject for you for third year semester first. In this subject we are going to see what are the different types of turbo machines, applications of turbo machines, the theory based on the turbo machines, as well as the numericals and the equations involved in that. So basically there are total 6 units. Out of that, today we'll start with the unit number 1. Unit number 1 is nothing but it's a basic introduction of turbo machines. So its name is given as Introduction to Turbo Machinery. As you know, there are a lot of applications in our day-to-day life for turbo machines. So it is very essential to learn about the subject turbo machines. What is the theory behind that, as well as how you are going to design the turbo machines based on its application. So let us start with unit number 1, that is Introduction to Turbo Machinery. For understanding this unit in simple manner, I have divided it into 2 sections as given in the syllabus. First section consists of Introduction to Turbo Machinery and the second section consists of Impact of Jet. Now, what we are going to see in the Introduction to Turbo Machinery, it is the basic concepts. That means definition of turbo machinery, classification of turbo machines, comparison of turbo machines with positive displacement machines. What is the difference between the positive displacement machine and turbo machine? Then fundamental equations governing turbo machines. Which are the equations that are used for analyzing the turbo machines or for designing the turbo machines? These equations are very much useful. These are called as a governing equations for any type of machine. So basically we have seen the 3 types of equations in fluid mechanics also, that is conservation of mass, conservation of momentum and conservation of energy. Out of that, the conservation of momentum is a very important governing equation for turbo machines, which is nothing but your Newton's second law of motion. We are going to see that in detail. Also, we have covered that in our fluid mechanics course also, which is named as a Euler's equation of motion. The same equation we are going to study here also. Then we'll see different losses associated with turbo machinery, applications of turbo machinery. Now, turbo machine is a device. So any device is having losses associated with it, as well as the applications of turbo machines consist of different sorts of applications. As we have discussed in our day-to-day life, we are coming across many turbo machines, right from our centrifugal pump, turbines, compressor, fan, blower, etc. These are the mainly used applications of turbo machines. So that is coming under Introduction to Turbo Machinery. Then we are going to study the impact of jet. That is nothing but the second part of this unit, which tells you about the Euler's equation of motion, or you can say the impulse momentum principle, which is nothing but again Newton's second law of motion in detail. Impact of jet is nothing but the force. It is the force exerted by a fluid on the object, or you can say plate in this case. Now what we are going to see in this impact of jet, first we'll see the impulse momentum principle, that is nothing but Newton's second law of motion, its definition. Then the applications of impulse momentum principle. Now how we are going to apply this impulse momentum principle on the different applications, that is nothing but force exerted on fixed and moving flat plate, then force exerted on a hinged plate, then force exerted on the curved vanes or series of flat and curved vanes, radial curved vanes. And then we'll see velocity triangles and their analysis, work done equations and vane efficiency. So gradually we will move from the basic towards the real application of this impulse momentum principle or Newton's second law of motion for the turbo machines. Now you might have heard about the different types of turbines, like in case of hydraulic turbines you have the Pelton turbine, then Francis turbine. Similarly you are having steam turbines, gas turbines. So all these turbines as well as compressors, these are involving some sort of basic equations. Okay, that equations are nothing but the start of the impulse momentum principle. So how this theory is evolved from the basic, that will be starting from the unit number 1, and then the unit number 2, 3 will be based on this unit number 1 only. So basically let us start with the unit number 1, part 1, that is introduction to turbo machine. Now the definition of turbo machine is nothing but it is a device where energy is transferred either from or to a continuously flowing fluid by the dynamic action of one or more rotating blade rods. In short, turbo machine, it is nothing but it covers wide range of machines where its basic definition tells you about the transfer of energy. You might have heard about the power absorbing machines and power producing machines. So here the energy is absorbed or energy is produced. Okay. Based on that energy transfer phenomenon, the turbo machine is defined as the device which is transferring energy either from or to the continuously flowing fluid. But the important word is dynamic here. The dynamic action of one or more rotating blade rods, because this dynamic action is the reason why its name is turbo machine. Okay. It is also called as a rotodynamic machine because of this dynamic. Now what do you mean by dynamic action? So here we are going to use some rotor type of mechanisms or rotors. So because of that, which are not generally used in case of positive displacement machines. If you remember, you might have studied positive displacement machines in your thermodynamics course. In that case, in applied thermodynamics, the reciprocating air compressor, that was the kind of positive displacement machine. But where you might have seen the reciprocating motion for the piston and cylinder arrangement, but there was no any rotary part involved in that. There was linear motion in case of piston and cylinder. I am not saying about the conversion of this reciprocating motion into rotating motion. I am saying only the reciprocating motion, where you are having only the linear action, no rotary action. But in case of turbo machines, you are having the rotary action or not linear action. That's why its name is dynamic in this case of turbo machines or rotodynamic machines. So now let us compare these turbo machines with positive displacement machines. If you see, basic difference between the turbo machines and positive displacement machines is nothing but, in case of turbo machines, the turbo machines create thermodynamic as well as dynamic action between the rotating element and the flowing fluid. While in case of positive displacement machines, the thermodynamic and mechanical action is created between the member, that is nothing but in case of air compressor it is a piston moving member, and the static fluid. The fluid is static initially. Okay. Afterwards it is made as a dynamic, but it deals with static fluid initially. So here in this case energy transfer takes place in case of turbo machines because of pressure and momentum change, while in case of positive displacement machines it takes place only because of the displacement of the fluid, that is linear displacement, work done. Okay, while in this case the work done is nothing but in the form of rotation, and in this case the work done is nothing but it is in the form of force into displacement. Okay, so it is a linear displacement, and here in turbo machine there is a angular displacement. That's why the formula to calculate work done is there for both of them, but it will be calculated separately by different formula for both turbo machine and positive displacement. So this is first difference. Second difference, it involves, that is turbo machines involves steady flow of fluid and rotating motion of mechanical element. That is nothing but the fluid flow is steady. Steady means continuous fluid flow. While in case of positive displacement machine, if you remember the piston cylinder arrangement, the piston is having suction stroke and the delivery stroke. So there is no continuous motion. At one point the piston stops. So there is a non-continuous motion, or it is also called as unsteady type of flow in case of positive displacement machines, and the motion is rotary in case of turbo machines, and it is reciprocating in case of positive displacement machine. Turbo machines operate at high rotational speeds. Its speed is very high, while the positive displacement machines are operating at very low speed. Okay, so if you see the speed of turbo machines in compressors, you will see that the speed is as high as 1 lakh rpm or 1,50,000 rpm. That's why the speed is very high in case of turbo machines. While in case of positive displacement machines, the speed is comparatively low than the turbo machines. So if you see in case of reciprocating air compressor, you might have seen the speed as 1000 rpm, 1500 rpm, or IC engines also you might have seen the speed as 2000 rpm or 3000 rpm. So it is very less as compared to the 1 lakh rpm in case of compressors. So there is a huge difference between the speed of a turbo machine and positive displacement machines. Next difference is the turbo machines handle the fluid in both liquid phase as well as gaseous phase. Similarly, reciprocating machines or reciprocating type of machines, that is nothing but positive displacement machines, also handle the liquids as well as gases, both the phases. But in case of turbo machines, if you change the phase, then you have to change the design of complete turbo machines for the handling of the gaseous fluids. While in case of reciprocating air compressor, there is no much change in the design of the reciprocating air compressor. It remains same. Okay, because the volume of gas and liquid, that is having a tremendous difference, which is not having many effect, or you can say no problem in case of positive displacement machine. But there you have to change the design of turbo machine for gaseous type of fluids. So there is a serious problem if you feed the gaseous fluid in the machine which is operating on the liquid fluid. So that's why the change of phase during fluid flow causes serious problem in turbo machine, which is causing less problems in positive displacement machines. Now turbo machines is having generally less efficiency compared to the positive displacement machine. Now you will say that if the turbo efficiency of the positive displacement machine is higher than the turbo machine, then why we are preferring the turbo machines? Why we are not going for the positive displacement machines everywhere? Friends, it is not always the efficiency that we have to take into account.